Alright, this is my video recording for Math 101 for 5.4 Day 2. This will happen on January 15th. Yeah, so let's get in. So when we do our entry task, it will not be in the notes. It will actually be on this slide. So let me open it up. Let me present it real quick. So think about why each of these expressions represents the area of the shaded portion. So we want to find the area of this part right here. Not the whole thing, but this part. Okay, and I've given you two expressions that tell us what the area is. So 6w minus 24 is one way to represent this area. And 6 multiplied by w minus 4 is another way to represent this area. The question is, why does it work? Where are these numbers coming from? Where does the 6w come from? Why is there a minus? Why is there a 24? Where does this 6 come from? Where does this w minus 4 come from? Okay, why? What's the purpose? Okay, so I'll give you a minute to think about it, and then I'm going to explain it. And so if we look at this entire rectangle, we know that 6 times w would give us the area of the big rectangle. Well, we don't want the big rectangle, we want the small rectangle. So we have to take the big rectangle, and then we could subtract this area away. And we know that 4 times 6 is 24. And so if we did 6w minus this 24, we would get the area of the shaded portion. Another way, 6 multiplied by w minus 4, 6 is our length. We know that length times width is area, so the length of this shaded rectangle is 6. And the whole thing is w, but if we minus 4, we would get the width of this shaded portion. So 6 multiplied by w minus 4 would also give us the area of this shaded portion. Okay, I hope that made sense. All right, now let's get down to notes. Today we'll be talking about the distributive property. Our essential question, what is the distributive property? And I want you to be able to simplify expressions using the distributive property. So here are our notes. Let me get my pencil. We did our entry task. So the distributive property, when you hear most mathematicians talk about it, you'll hear them say the distributive property. Another way is the double rainbow. That's what I like to call it. I like to call it the double rainbow. Here is the algebraic version of it. It's a multiplied by b plus or minus c is equal to a times b plus or minus a times c. That is the algebra way. Let's put some real numbers in there because that's way too many letters and we just don't really care what all these letters mean. So for example, if I had 3 multiplied by a plus 5, I would use my double rainbow. I'd multiply this by this and then this by this, and the sign stays the same. Because this is a plus, this is a plus. So 3 times a plus 3 times 5, which is 3a plus 15. So what you're doing is you're simplifying using the distributive property. That's what you're doing. And here's the proof. If I had a big rectangle and I had a length of 3 and a width of a plus 5, I know that the area is also 3a plus 15, which is why we've been doing that for 2 days now. So you can visually see how to simplify using the distributive property. We'll go to example 2. If I had 5 multiplied by 3x plus 8, I'd want to multiply 5 by 3x. There's a plus, so I'm going to plus, and then 5 times 8, which is 5 times 3x is 15x plus 40. Also drew it out for you, just in case you needed to see that. 5 times 8 is 40, 5 times 3x is 15x. So there's your proof for that. Now I want you to try it. I want you to take a minute to pause and see if you can simplify using the distributive property. Right. so 2 times 3a plus 2 times 5b. 2 times 3a is 6a. 2 times 5b is 10b. And you cannot combine those because we have an a and we have a b. That's all for notes. Notes is really quick. Let's move on to the next part of this assignment. The next thing is we're going to do a little bit more practice. We're going to match these columns. So everything in column 1 has a match to column 2. What I did was I took all these and I wrote them on a piece of paper, and I'm going to run through it with you. We're actually just going to do this in class together as a class. But here are the answers since you're watching the video. If you can, you should push pause, but if not, it's fine. So I wrote them all down. Let's run through them together. I'm going to start on A. So we have A times 1 plus 2 plus 3. We want to use the distributive property. A times 1 is A plus 2A. 3 times A plus 3A. And look, this happens to be right here. So I know that these two are connected. Next, for B, I've got 2 times 12 minus 4. 2 times 12, the minus sign stays. 2 times 4, which, if you keep going, you'll see that it's 24 minus 8. But if you stop there, you'll see that it's actually right there. So these two are connected. I'm going to skip this one because it's easier to go from the parentheses to the non-parentheses. So we'll skip that one. Let's do D. We've got 2/3 times 5a minus 18. So we're going to do 2/3 times 5 over 1 is 10 over 3. Is it 2/3? Did I write that right? Let me double check. Oh, it's 15a. My bad. Let me do that again. Times 15a. I wrote that wrong. So, it's 15a. So it's 15 over 1, which is 30 over 3, which is 10. So this is 10a, and then 2/3 times 18 over 1 is 36 over 3, which is 12. So 12a minus 12, which is this one. And we'll skip these two and we'll go to this side. So we have 3, 4a plus b. So let's see, 3, 4a plus b. Just gonna do my rainbow. 3 times 4a is 12a. Put a plus sign. 3 times b is 3b, which is right there. Right. This one, 2 times 3a is 6a. 2 times 5b is 10b, which is right there. And then you can always do the last one, or you can see because it's the last one, you can just connect them. And there we have it. We have matched the columns. That's what we're doing in class. After you have matched the columns, you have an assignment on Big Ideas Math 5.4 practice. At this point, everybody knows how to get onto Big Ideas Math, so I'm not even going to show you on the video. But you have your 5.4 practice, which is the same thing. You're going to be simplifying by using the distributive property. So they're going to give you a problem like this, 3 times 4a plus b, and they're going to want you to simplify it. So turn it into 12a plus 3b, essentially. All right, if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Have a great day.